So, let's just get right into it. What if I told you that the huge life change you're hoping for isn't going to come from some epic, movie-style moment of motivation? What if it's actually hiding in the small, almost boring choices you make every single day? We're about to break down exactly how you can reprogram your own mind in just 21 days, and it's all based on a really simple, science-backed framework.
And hey, let's get one thing straight right from the jump. If you feel stuck, it is not because you're lazy or because there's something wrong with you. This quote right here, it gets to the absolute heart of it. Your results in life are just a product of your training. So the problem isn't some flaw in your character, it's a flaw in your daily system. And the best part? Systems can be changed.
But why does it feel so incredibly hard to stay on track? Well, the truth is, the world we live in today is basically designed to work against our focus. It's not your fault you're struggling. You're up against some seriously powerful programming every single day.
Your brain is just constantly getting bombarded. You know what I'm talking about. From the endless social media feeds to the constant pressure of hustle culture, we're all living in a state of chronic overstimulation. This creates these things called dopamine loops. You know those quick hits of pleasure from a notification or a new video? And they completely hijack our focus. It makes real, deep, meaningful work feel like a punishment because it doesn't give you that same instant reward.
But this is where it gets really exciting. We can actually fight back, and not with brute force willpower, but with science. The key to real, lasting change is understanding how our brains are literally built to adapt. We're going to learn how to rewire our own minds, one tiny action at a time.
The magic word here is neuroplasticity. This is the absolutely incredible ability of your brain to physically change itself, to create new pathways based on what you do and what you think over and over again. So every single time you perform a new habit, you are literally carving a new road in your mind. This isn't just some fluffy mindset trick, this is biology.
And this, right here, this is the battle that's happening inside your head every single day. On one side, you've got the dopamine loops. They're all about instant gratification, and they keep you trapped. But on the other side, you have neuroplasticity. That's your secret weapon for intentionally rewiring your mind for long-term success. So the goal is simple. Stop feeding the loops and start building the new pathways.
Okay, so let's get practical. How do we actually do this? Well, it all comes down to a simple blueprint of 3 core habits. One for the morning, one for the afternoon, and one for the night. Think of these as your weapons for taking back your day.
First up, let's talk about the morning. For most of us, we lose the battle for our entire day in the first 10 minutes we're awake. How? By immediately reaching for our phone. We invite this flood of notifications, emails, and social media that just shatters our focus into a million tiny pieces. Our brain immediately gets trained to be reactive and shallow, which is the exact opposite of what we need for deep, important work.
So our first habit is called the 60-minute phone shield, and it's incredibly simple. For the first hour you're awake, the phone is off limits, period. Instead, you're going to do 2 things. Drink a full glass of water to hydrate your body and your brain, and get some direct sunlight in your eyes to kickstart your body's natural clock. This creates this wonderful, low-stimulation environment, protecting your focus for what really matters.
And what this does is it points to a massive shift in your identity. When you do this, you're sending a really powerful message to yourself. You're not just putting down a device, you are fundamentally changing your relationship with your entire day. You are in control, not your impulses or some random notification.
All right, let's move to the afternoon. You sit down to do some important work, but your desk is a mess, right? Papers, old coffee mugs, just random clutter everywhere. This isn't just a physical problem. See, a cluttered environment creates a cluttered mind. Every single item on that desk is a tiny little distraction screaming for your attention and making it so much harder to focus on your one true mission. And this brings us to our second habit, the 60-second environment reset. Before you begin any important task, just take 1 minute, 60 seconds, and clear your workspace. Put everything away. Your mantra should be 1 screen, 1 task, 1 mission. By doing this, you dramatically lower the mental energy it takes to just get started, and you turn your workspace into a sanctuary for focus.
And this right here, this is another huge identity shift. You're no longer just someone who occupies a chair for 8 hours. By creating this clean space, you become an architect who intentionally designs their environment for results, instead of just a consumer who lets time passively slip by.
And finally, let's tackle the night. You know, one of the biggest reasons people stay stuck is a total lack of self-awareness. They just go through their days on autopilot, repeating the same energy-draining activities and unproductive patterns without ever stopping to analyze them. They're completely blind to their own data. The solution is our third and final habit, the nightly audit. It takes like 5 minutes before bed. You just ask yourself 3 simple questions. What went well today? What completely drained my energy? And what is my single most important priority for tomorrow? Here's the key thing to remember. Data removes delusion. You stop just reacting to your life, and you start consciously designing it.
This habit is about so much more than just planning your next day. It's an act of radical honesty. It takes real courage to look at your day objectively, to really see what's working and what isn't. This practice transforms you into the kind of person who isn't afraid to face the truth in order to grow.
So when you put it all together, these 3 habits are so much more than just a to-do list. They're the tools you're going to use to build a new identity. Morning, noon, and night, you are casting votes for the person you want to become. Someone who is in control, who is focused, and who is intentional.
And I really want you to remember this process. It might feel slow. It might even feel a little boring sometimes. But that is where the real work happens. Your growth is like a seed in the dark. It's happening quietly and consistently, building this strong foundation long before it ever breaks through the surface. You just have to trust the process.
Your future self, the person you want to be, is waiting for you to make a decision today. The next 3 weeks can be a genuine turning point for you. This transformation doesn't start tomorrow or on Monday. It starts right now.
That's the commitment. 21 days. It's just long enough to build a new neural pathway, but is short enough to feel totally achievable. For the next 21 days, you commit to these 3 simple habits. You commit to building a new identity, one small choice at a time.
So I'll leave you with this final thought. 3 weeks from today, you are going to arrive in a new chapter of your life, whether you like it or not. The only question is, will you show up stronger, more focused, and in control, or will you arrive with the exact same patterns and the exact same regrets? The choice is yours.